I was first exposed to pornography when I was 12 through one of my favorite video games. If I had known where it would have taken me, um, I would have dragged my parents into that room and had them take me out. For the next 7 years, I went through something I would never wish on anyone in their entire life. And if it hadn't been for my situation, I don't know where I would be today. I thought I would have been completely consumed by it, that I would have to tell my wife that it was just something that I struggled with, that it was something that I could never overcome. And if my parents had just known, they've expressed to me many times that if they had just known what I was dealing with, what the amount of grossness that I was in front of, that they were allowing me to be in front of, they would have been able to do so much more. But just because of the newness of the internet and just how little they knew about it and how little I knew about it, they weren't able to help me as they could have. And the more that I look around at our culture today, the more that I look around at middle school, high school kids that I work with, the more that I look around at guys that I go to college with, the more I'm absolutely disgusted and dumbfounded at just what this is doing to us, what this is doing to society, what this is doing to us as men and women. The fact that it so warps our perception of each other that we don't even know how to treat women anymore. That I have little guys, probably half the age that I was when I was first exposed to pornography, asking girls in their grade for nudes, for things that I can't imagine my sister or any of my friends going through. But this is what they're being exposed to when they're 8. The average age that a kid is exposed to pornography is between 8 and 11 years old. So I guess I got lucky in a way, but just the fact that I know that your kids are going through this, and that if you don't do something, your kids are going to be affected for the rest of their lives, that they're going to have a warped perception of what love is, what sex is, these beautiful creations that we have, that they're going to have this warped perception, and they're going to have to alter their brain chemistry just to be free of it, that they're going to have to struggle just to be, if they want to be free of it. And that's to say that they even want to. They're going to be kids who are just bound by it, and they never share it. And the only way that they're ever going to be comfortable sharing it is if they know that you're willing to listen to them. I know that I was raised in a great household where I knew my parents cared about me and I knew my parents were ready to listen, but even if you had the slightest inkling that your kids don't feel that way, you need to let them know. You need to talk to them. You need to open the conversation, because they're too filled with shame and guilt and regret to ever come to you about it. So you need to be the difference. You need to make a change in our society, in our culture. You can be the change you want to see in the world. You just have to have the bravery and the courage to go and have that conversation. And I believe that you can. I believe that you love and you care about your kids enough to make that change, to be the person in their lives that they can look up to and come to when they're struggling. I just wish I had that, and I know that if we do this, if we have these conversations and tell them that we love them and we care about them and we want the best for them, that they will change, and that our world will be a place filled with love and respect, where women will be protected and treated with the honor and respect that they deserve, where men will step up into their roles as protectors, and that we can create a society where is free of objectification, is free of violence, of rape, of all these things that we say we hate so much but aren't willing to make a change in. So look in the mirror, see where you might be failing as a parent when it comes to talking to your children, creating an open space for your children to talk, and be willing to have those hard conversations, because if you don't, their coaches aren't going to, their teachers aren't going to have those conversations. You have to have those conversations with them. If you love them and you care about them, be willing to make the change and be willing to be the person they need you to be.